Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our first Sunday in Advent. And it's good to see you here, Don, and I hope you're going to be here next week so that we can do our little dance together. My message today is entitled, Love is All. I'm just going to turn around. I need to see who's here. Okay, stay alert because you're going to have something special to do a little later, the online people. Okay. Our scripture reading today is from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verses 38 through 48, and this translation is from the Message. Here's another old saying that deserves a second look. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Is that going to get us anywhere? Here's what I propose. Don't hit back at all. If someone strikes you, stand there and take it. Turn the other cheek. If someone drags you into court and sues for the shirt off your back, gift wrap your best coat and make a present of it. And if someone takes an unfair advantage of you, use the occasion to practice the servant life. No more tit for tat stuff. Live generously. You're familiar with the old written law, love your friend, and its unwritten companion, hate your enemy. I'm challenging that. I'm telling you to love your enemies. Let them bring out the best in you, not the worst. When someone gives you a hard time, respond with the supple moves of prayer, for then you are working out of your true selves, your God-created selves. This is what God does. God gives God's best, the sun to warm and the rain to nourish, to everyone, regardless, the good and bad, the nice and nasty. If all you do is love the lovable, do you expect a bonus? Anybody can do that. If you say hello simply to those who greet you, do you expect a medal? Any run-of-the-mill sinner does that. In a word, what I'm saying is, grow up. You're kingdom subjects. Now live like it. Live out your God-created identity. So it is written in the Holy Bible. May we be blessed to find meaning and understanding in these words. Thomas Keating said this, we're all like localized vibrations of the infinite goodness of God's presence. I'll say that again. We're all like localized vibrations of the infinite goodness of God's presence. So love is our very nature. Love is our first, middle, and last name. Love is all, not sentimentality, but love that is self-forgetful and free of self-interest. Love is our first, middle, and last name. Love is all, self-forgetful and free of self-interest. Now, I want to believe that. I want to believe that so badly. But as we continue to endure, witness, and experience the seemingly endless onslaught of violence from Ukraine to Overbrook High School in Philadelphia, my high school, where last week 4 young boys were shot, I have a hard time believing that love is all we are. St. Francis of Assisi said this, before you speak of peace, you must first have it in your heart. And I would add to that assertion that before you speak of love, you must first have it in your heart. And I would also say that before you speak of morality, you must first have it in your heart. And if it's truly in your heart, if you are truly a moral person, it will show up in your actions. Accordingly, as Matthew reminds us in chapter 7, thus by their fruit you will recognize them. You will know them by their fruits. I am just heartbroken for all of us, and especially for all of us who are suffering that have been personally impacted by what is for me the senseless violence, demonization, marginalization, and othering of those that God has chosen to live and journey together. By whose authority does anyone have the right to say that the ones that Providence has given life and breath to ought not be here, ought not be who they have discovered who they are, ought not love who they love, and ought not live anywhere they want on this planet, no matter which door they entered when they arrived? By whose authority does any person or group of people have the right to declare the chosen ones less than? We are all the chosen ones, full stop. The Creator chose each and every one of us to be here at this time, full stop. We are literally made for each other. For me, Jesus or someone like Jesus can't get here soon enough. Jesus or someone like Jesus can't get here soon enough. I'm frustrated, I'm sad, I'm disappointed, I'm angry, I'm tired, and like many others, I'm sick and tired of being tired. I'm all those things and more, but I'm not hopeless. I'm hopeless. I'm hopeful because I know there are many folks around the world who are doing all they can to change narratives and behaviors that, if they don't directly destroy life, stoke the fears and attitudes that lead to death and despair and destruction. I'm not joyless either, because I have family and many friends who constantly bring me joy and who inspired me to try to be a beneficial, life-affirming presence, no matter whose presence I happen to be in. Amid the chaos, bickering, partisanship, drama, constant fear of the next impending tragedy or natural catastrophe, and the fragility of our environment, I'm still able to find peace. I find peace in the innocent faces and smiles of children who are oblivious to the environmental dangers we face. I find peace in a still, gentle breeze, in the still setting sun and the still rising moon. I find peace in the artwork of my 2-year-old grandson, and I find peace in a song. Still, however, Jesus, or someone like Jesus, can't get here soon enough. But Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming to usher in lasting peace, joy, hope, love, and an end to intentional violence. Jesus is coming. Oh, yes, I know. There is a Buddhist, Hindu, and Jainism principle called ahimsa. Ahimsa is the ethical practice of not causing harm to other living things. It's respect for all living things and avoidance of violence towards others. Christians, I think, would do well to consider that as a daily practice. In fact, for true followers of Jesus, ahimsa should already be a way of life that causes no injury. Franciscan priest Richard Rohr describes how Mahatma Gandhi exemplified ahimsa in his life. Gandhi never tried to win anything. He just tried to show love. And that's what ahimsa really means. It's not just the negative. Nonviolence doesn't capture its meaning. It means to show love tirelessly, no matter what happens. That's the meaning of turning the other cheek. Once in a while, you have to defend somebody, but it means you're always willing to suffer first for the cause. That is to say, for communion with your enemies. If you overcome your enemies through force and violence, you failed. If you make enemies your partners, God has succeeded. But until that happens, Jesus or someone like Jesus can't get here soon enough. Jesus or someone like Jesus can't get here soon enough. Jesus or someone like Jesus can't get here soon enough. So I'd like to try something a little different today. I would like our online people, let's see, maybe starting with Michelle. Would you choose somebody that's online, and I want you to say to them, Jesus or someone like Jesus can't get here soon enough. And then have that next person say it to someone else until you're all done. Okay, can you do that? Jesus or someone like Jesus can't get here soon enough.
Janet, Jesus or someone like Jesus can't get here soon enough.
Now it's your turn to pick one.
I
someone
know.
to- Okay.
Sandra, someone like Jesus cannot get here soon enough.
Unmute. Okay.
Ling, someone like Jesus cannot get here soon enough.
So Lynn, can you do that? Can you unmute yourself? Okay. 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 So I'm going to say it for you. I don't know how good your English is. I'm going to say it to Robert for you. Robert, Jesus or someone like Jesus can't get here soon enough. You have to unmute.
That Jesus or someone like Jesus could not get here fast enough.
Steve and Deidre, Jesus or someone like Jesus can't get here fast enough.
Jesus or someone like Jesus cannot get here soon enough.
Okay, so David, you can say that to all of us.
Jesus or someone like Jesus cannot get here soon enough to everyone.
Thank you. Okay, now. Oh, Charlene, did we? Oh, I'm sorry.
Who is it? Roberts. Shirley, Jesus or someone like Jesus cannot get here soon enough.
See who's left. Robbie, Jesus or someone like Jesus can't get here soon enough.
Okay, so now Nancy, it's your turn. I want you to turn to Bente and look at her and say, Jesus or someone like Jesus can't get here soon enough. Go to Charlie. Charlie, your turn.
Someone like Jesus can't get here soon enough.
Jesus or someone like Jesus cannot get here soon enough. I remind you that love is our first, middle, and last name. Love is all. And you know what else? Jesus is here right now. Jesus comes here every week. And for that, I'm grateful.